Hello everyone, welcome to another Pop Culture Overload review. I'm Jazz, and to finish off our return of Marvel Legends, we're going to take a look at Terrax. Now, Terrax was our build-a-figure, 6 pieces from all the figures that we needed to build this thing, and he is definitely worth it. This guy is just massive. I'm glad they did him as a build-a-figure so we could really get that sheer size of one of Galactus's heralds. Just to give you an idea, here we looked at the Thor figure earlier. Now, he is just a little bit taller than Thor. They're kind of the same height. You know, he's maybe, I got his torso kind of pushed back a little bit there, but he's massive. And now you see why Thor only came by himself in a package with no Build-A-Figure. He's pretty big. But on to Terrax. Terrax looks great. We've got some kind of like a two-tone kind of gray for his skin. Especially on the legs, you can actually, they've kind of put it almost looks like they got a little bit of wash over some of the lines in his leg. That could be just that mold, but it looks really good. I like his boots. This is a very good representation of Terrax. He's got an interesting ankle articulation. I'll get into that in a bit. He's full of ratchet joints. And I think he came, one figure had a leg, another figure had a leg. I reviewed those, so you can check that out later. This piece right here, why I thought this would hinder the articulation when I first looked at protos of him. This is actually made of a softer plastic than we saw on Thor. You can bend this. It takes its shape back pretty well. The tunic is also bendy. This piece right here is made of that same flexible plastic. So you can move this up, you can move it down. It's not going anywhere. It stays in really good, and this comes as a separate piece as well. You have to just pin it in when you get all the figures, but just this is really, really great. If this is what they're going to be doing with Marvel Legends, I'm back on board for it. The axe came in 2 pieces. You can disconnect it right here, and this came with Hope, I believe, but you just put them both together, and you've got this just massive cosmic weapon. It's just very nice. This is made of a harder quality plastic. Well, it feels very sturdy. It doesn't feel like it's going to break. The only thing is his hand, it's a little loose. Like Thor, he can only hold his weapon in his right hand. And it's a little loose. I'm going to take a blow dryer to that, soften up that plastic, and squeeze it together. His right hand is just a fist. So he can't do any dual wielding, and that's kind of a flop, but I don't know how close his hands could have gotten anyway. Well, they kind of could have gotten that way. At least do kind of some dual wielding. It would have been nice if they had included both open hands, but it's okay. Terrax was just a massive guy anyway. I could see him one-handing his axe. On to articulation. Well, I want to get a look at this head sculpt here. He's got a crazy eye. One of his eyes, he just looks really angry. More so than Thor. Thor just looked perturbed. He looks angry. I love that crazy eye on him. But his ankle articulation, which we're going to go ahead and get into that, the way you look at it, now most guys have kind of like a twist at the ankle. Now his go side to side pretty well, but it's because the peg is actually pushed into the top part of the foot almost at a diagonal point. So it swivels around like that. And I think that's a really good place to put. I would like to see the rest of them have the ankle placed there. It looks more natural, and it's not prone to as much looseness, it seems, in there. You don't have to worry about that when you're posing this guy. But it's just really good right there. You got a calf right here, right at the gold for this boot, and that is a separate glue piece. That is a separate glue piece on there. If you can't see that right there, you got the plastic for the foot, and this is actually a separate piece that's plugged in there instead of just painting over it. Yeah, you can see it really from the bottom. That's a totally separate piece. Very nice. You got the ball jointed hips, double jointed knees. He twists at the waist, and he has a torso. Got some ball jointed shoulders, cut at the bicep, single jointed arms. Most of the time we see those with the big guys. and a ball joint at the wrist and at the fist. And of course, since this is a Build-A-Figure, this head just pops right off. It's on a ball joint. I wasn't going to pop it off because he's got it's a little loose, not too bad. I don't want to keep popping it off and make it looser. But just really nice. And this tunic doesn't really hinder the articulation any. It moves out of the way. It is of that soft plastic. So he can get a lot of poses out of him. And like I said, just wish this hand kind of gripped that axe a little bit better. But easily fixed. Take a blow dryer to it. And I just love the massive size of this character. I like that we're going to get some of Galactus' heralds, because there were a couple of cool ones in there. But anyway, this has been the Pop Culture Overload review. And this is our last one from the Marvel Legends. We'll see what we have next week. And until then, I'm Jazz. Thanks for watching.